Well, the side that everyone's got to beat if they're going to be denied. New Zealand against Spain, and this is a side which has got all the answers at the moment, particularly number 6, Thomas Ithama. He's been ruling the roost, absolutely brilliant, as well as scoring a load of conversions, 15 tries this season. A real will-o'-the-wisps and sevens acumen. If they're good, he's good. And whilst you look at the forwards, Mickelson, King so often in the shadows, with DJ Forbes getting a bit of a rest, and the power in the middle, Bryce Heem, Frank Halai, 26 tries, Toby Arnold, 22 tries, real quick. I can't see a weakness there, can you?
No, absolutely not. They've probably got the most experienced squad that they've assembled.
And the Spain side, well, they last met New Zealand 8 years ago, and it was 64 points to 0. I tell you what, things have changed since then, and I think there might be something a little bit different, because Spain under Pablo Feijó there, number 4 in the lineup, is the new captain. They won the Manchester Sevens in England, beating a shadow England squad in the process. And although they won't have the acumen and the experience, I do think that they will give a better performance than the last 2 times they played them, the only 2 times they played them, when it was more than, they conceded 50 points or more. But that's a long time ago, and Spain have improved quite dramatically in 15s and 7s. So here we go. New Zealand with 4 titles this season. They won the Cup in George, in Wellington, in Hong Kong, in Adelaide. And they want the overall series title that they last won in 2008. They've won 8 of the 11 previous series. They feel it's time they had another one. Well, New Zealand, if they win this tournament, are pretty well home and hosed, but who knows? Spain, big ask for them. They were competitive against Wales. New Zealand didn't look invincible somehow against Kenya, I thought.
No, it was interesting, the Kenyans scored straight from the kick-off, and some of their fluidity wasn't there, but then they started commanding the possession of the ball. Interesting enough selection that DJ Forbes, their inspirational captain, starting the game on the bench. Just an indication of the way, not only that, Gordon Tutchin's obviously rotating his squad. An important game this, obviously, but one that you'd expect New Zealand to win, and to win well.
Laurent Cardona from Toulouse. There's DJ. Well, he doesn't like missing a game, but Titch likes to rotate his players if he can, and this is a chance perhaps he sees as the best opportunity. Solomon King, you see, he's been very much the understudy for DJ Forbes, but has actually come out into the limelight from the shadows.
There's one of the New Zealand players just put his slipper back on there, Nigel. Changed days from when you played the game.
Yeah, we had great big studs.
Again, another change. Rakabulu, who was playing centre previously, back in at the forwards because of DJ Forbes obviously on the bench. So it shows that he can play both in the forwards and the backs in this game.
He's very versatile, and he's been a staunch member. Well, we got a view there of big Frank Halai. There's Raikambula now. And the wave by Solomon King and Tim Mickelson. He's a handful. He's so difficult to get hold of. He's one of those awkward, all his knees and elbows, and hard to tackle. This is Halai.
Mark, play on.
Just let's wait and see how long it is before Spain get the ball. This is Solomon King. Bit isolated there. But there's the ball. Raikambula. And into the midfield. Toby Arnold doesn't get much of the headlines, but my goodness, he's very effective. But there's Careless. Careless from Halai. And he'll get a rocket from Titch for that. Gordon Titchin's the coach who's run the show with discipline since 1994. He's won 3 Commonwealth Games, he's won a World Cup, and he's won 8 of these 11 World Series. And he won't like a simple error like that.
I think he's writing that one down on his left hand, isn't he? Into his notebook, he's got that one nicked.
Oh yeah, he'll have a punishment, that's for sure. Here's Pablo Feijó. Played more than 50 caps for Spain in 15s. And this is his 10th appearance in 7s. And look at this, quickly away again. This is Arnold. Toby Arnold. He's a clever little player. Very, very elusive. 23rd try this season.
Yeah, for me, Nigel, he's one of the unsung heroes of this squad. He's not a selfish player. He's not all flash, but what he does and what he executes well. Look at the way he's got the ball in two hands. Draws the defender. The option was always to scissors pass into Breen, but he had the pace to go on the outside, had the pace and the skill to show the ball, and had the pace and the skill to nail the try.
And Tomasi Thama, consistent with his goal kicking. Just for the record, 378 conversion. And there's this season's lineup. You can see Toby Arnold, and look at that, 3 New Zealanders in the top 5 of try scorers. Well, that reflects their domination of the series, but it's not a total domination. They're not winners yet of the overall series, but they're looking good. But here, a good run by Spain. Spain with Feijoo, nicely done. Oops, well, that's one way. Advantage when you're small, you can do that. Dived underneath Tomasi Thama. Big Juan Cano, not clever. Nicholson, he's quick. Long stride, never caught from that sort of range. And that start. Well, another unsung hero, perhaps not so unsung. Captain last season occasionally when DJ was injured. Tim Mickelson, who took over from Tafayoasa, you remember him, in 2007, and has really become an institute within Gordon Kitchen's squad.
Yeah, Mickelson with the long, rangy stride, and Juan Cano, just a loose pass. Just if he'd held on to it, didn't deliver his pass. Mickelson onto it, and this guy can stretch his legs as well. And now one of the most experienced players in this New Zealand squad.
Terrifically effective. We all sung the praises of Tomasi Thama in Adelaide. I thought that Mickelson was a close second. That was accidental.
Only the ball.
It was a fair contest for the ball, and it was an unfortunate fall.
Back.
And Spain go on, and the New Zealander is still down. The ball is in touch. All is okay. Raikambula, Frank Halai. Kambula back to Tomasi Thama. But he's such a clever little player. I've said that too soon. Commentators curse away by Feijoo. New Zealand closed them down very, very quickly. Just about a minute to go in the first half, 14-0. Spain really need a score before half. It could be a chance, clever. Ignacio Martin on the pick-up. Can he stay on his feet? Oh, he nearly gave it to the referee. Picked up by Heredia. Oh, he's got it. Well, finally. And with a rare attack, they've kept themselves, they've kept the door open with that try, virtually on the half-time whistle. I thought they'd lost it.
Well, Heredia, he decided to take the whole of the Twickenham audience with him with that dummy, but it found favour, and it found an error, and it found a hole in the New Zealand defence. It's sometimes when you find the bobbling ball, but this is the kick through, Martin. Then the ball bobbles there. Then look at this, one show and suddenly everybody's standing, the pocket's not covered, and then he goes for his try.
I think there's still a problem with Solomon King, as the referee, he holds the game up for a moment. Player is down. There's a man not used to being the water boy, DJ Forbes, captain of the squad, of course led New Zealand to their third Commonwealth gold in Delhi. Arnold. Very alert to his positioning. Good cover from Spain there. Halai takes them head first. Raikambula, Mikkelsen. Then into the hands of Dries Heem. Solomon King. That's a terrific try.
And this for me is where New Zealand are so clinical. Spain had nicked a try back, and then suddenly the response in from New Zealand, just the execution, the show of the ball. But Martin Heredia was left there. Dries Heem just getting some attention.
That's the game coming next, and a very important one in their pool. Wales versus Kenya in Pool A, and with Wales beating Spain, Kenya know this is their chance to beat Wales and then beat Spain in their last game. Crucial now in this round. Kenya led by Humphrey Kyangi. Tell you what, any tournament you ever go to, their crowd are in massed ranks as Ben Ayimba puts them through their paces. Way up there, the whole, what must be 1,000 or 2 up there, all Kenyan supporters. They are fanatical supporters.
And isn't it funny, Nigel, that the Kenyans always find Kenya Corner, don't they? Kenya Corner, every ground you go to, they always sit in the corner of the stadium. I've never worked that one out, but they create some noise, don't they?
And how, it's tremendous. They are the most passionate of supporters. Around the world, they're always in vast numbers, whether it's Las Vegas or Adelaide, here or Dubai. It's amazing, and it's a great thing to enjoy. And they certainly enjoy it, win or lose. There's Tamasi Thama. Well, I've never seen a player dominate and play more brilliantly than he did in the last tournament in Adelaide. 30-year-old from Manawatu, and of course many of you of an age. Suva was where he was born, and of course his father Tamasi Thama was one of the stars of Fiji in his age.
Just that last camera shot. Isn't that a fantastic arena for these players to play in? Great crowd, great atmosphere, and fantastic action at Twickenham.
It is. I mean, I guess this must be the biggest first day crowd ever in the World Series. We must be knocking on 50,000 here.
I was going to say, Nigel, if you think there's a lot inside the stadium, you should go outside the stadium. It's unbelievable, the humour, the hilarity, the fun that people have in, but it's matched with also the excellence and the skill on the pitch. Well,
it's just great that so many people have come to see at first hand the quality of the skills, the fitness levels, the excitement, the uncertainty of outcome that makes Sevens such a great spectacle. This is Frank Halai, Solomon King, Raikambula, Toby Arnold, Tim Mikkelsen. And then a bit of extra pace wide here with David Raikkonen. Raikkonen goes around the outside, slips onto the field, slips in with a try. The man from the county's Manukau Steelers. Well, I can remember Gordon Titchen saying to me, this could be a new star. It's only his third tournament. David Raikkonen, remember the name.
If you put this guy on slow motion, he'd still be faster than that. He is absolutely rapid. Look at the pace though, look at the change of direction, the step and go. Great skill in such a tight area. And a superb response.
That one off target, but it looks as though New Zealand are in comfortable position now. One dared say that after we saw what happened to Scotland when they were 21-0 up and losing to Oz 24-21.
Well,
21 at half-time.
We often talk about the skills in sevens, but pace is ultimately the number one, is it not? When you see pace executed like that to score a try down the wing. Forward.
Absolutely, and a joy to see. Speed off the mark is even sort of defining it down more closely, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's also from a defensive platform as well. If you've got somebody who stops and goes and steps and has the pace to go outside you, it can almost leave you naked.
Heaven forbid. Oof. That was a big tackle, that. But Tomasi Thama doesn't seem to have taken exception to it from Ignacio Martin.
Release the ball, release the ball.
It was some big hit.
Knock on.
And Spain, well, not intimidated in any way. Martin Heredia, the try scorer. That's the man who did the tackle then. Ignacio Martin, away by Feijoo. Then it's Blanco. Flavino. They really lifted their game rather than conceded anything. This is the best patch for Spain in this whole 14 minutes. Clever. Has he the pace though? The control maybe. Ignacio Martin frustrated in the end.
I thought these guys were going to be good at football, but some of the tackles that are coming in, and what about this one? Here's Thama. Uh-oh.
Get back from where you came.
But you know, Thama just stood up, took it.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable, fantastic play. Just such a feature of the game, isn't it?
Yes, no complaint at all, saying that's a fair tackle. He knew it was fair. My God, that hit. Mickelson spreads it wide. Toby Arnold from Otorohanga College produced a few good rugby players. And there from Tomasi Thama, from whence Suva have played a host of great sevens players. This is Raikkonen, so elusive. He nearly got through the second tackle and the third. Still on his feet, that's the key. And another. Extraordinary. Popped out by Thama. It's an awareness, it's an awareness. Bryce Heem. Well, tremendous. And Frank Halai, the two sometimes confusing. They're both big and powerful, and Frank Halai strolls home for the one that seals the outcome for sure.
Interesting, we've talked a lot about Tim Mickelson and his big rangy stride. Would you believe, I think this man, Frank Halai, he's got as big a gait and as wide a gait, he's powerful in the thigh, but it's his way he actually ghosts across the ground. Thama with the additional 2 points.
22-year-old, still a development player in the Waikato squad. He works on a stud farm, and you wonder if he doesn't just carry the horses around. Javier Canosa. So here comes Spain. Can they get some this is Ignacio Martin. He's made quite an impact here, literally, metaphorically, away by Carlos Blanco. Well, they've done themselves credit here, Spain. They've so limited experience. You know, there's no one who's played yet 10 tournaments.
Yeah, they've retained the possession well, Spain, and they've had to work hard, but also they're making New Zealand work hard. But New Zealand cover the ground so well, they snuff out the attacks.
This is Ignacio Martin getting the pass from Javier Canosa. You know, we're talking about players who played over 40 tournaments for New Zealand. None of them here for Spain have played 10 yet. So I think they've done very, very well against the best in the world of the moment. Carlos Blanco. And they're really driving forward to the end here, the last few seconds.
Well, a few of the Spanish team on the floor, just catching the last breath, but New Zealand have won this pretty comprehensively, and some great individual skill from the likes of Tim Mickelson, Solomon King and Frank Halai.
Well, I think Ignacio Martin deserved a breather there. He was the man down, just off his back to go, gasped a few breaths and back on his feet for the scrum inside New Zealand's 22. They lead 33-7. Away by Buxton Popo Ali. Where Gordon Teachins finds these players from, I don't know. Here's another in David Raikkonen. Well, how quick is he over the distance? He's got a support. Now there's a key element to the game. Popo Ali saw that David Raikkonen had a man to beat, so what does he do? He makes the effort, and he's absolutely ecstatic. Popo Ali, he's jumping for joy after that try, the young man from Otago. Well, pretty impressive, eh?
Yeah, very, very good. Again, one of the facets of sevens, the sprint up the wing from Raikkonen. Papali'i in with the supporting score underneath. So, outstanding performance by New Zealand, 40 points to 7.